Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I hope you and your family members are doing good because that is the most important thing, and for rest we are here to talk. So we were doing our pattern wise DSA sheet, and in this we were doing binary search on answer patterns. Today we will do third question, which is minimum speed to arrive on time. So without wasting further time, let's read the problem statement. It says you are given a floating point number hour. Okay, hour has been given in the input and representing the amount of time you have to reach to the office. Okay, so our task is to reach the office within this 6 hours. To commute to the office, you must take n trains in sequential order, means the order of the distance we cannot change. Okay, and you are also given an array of distance of length n, where distance of I describes the distance in kilometers. Remember, each train can only depart at an integral hour, so you may need to wait in between each train ride. For example, first train ride takes 1.5 hours, so we have to wait for additional 0.5 hours. Okay, so basically to take the another train, we have to complete the integral hours of time. So if the travel time was 1.5 hour, so we can only take the second train after 2 hours. Okay, so also we have to return the minimum positive integer speed in kilometer that all the trains must travel at for you to reach the office. Okay, so we have to return the minimum speed with which all trains should have traveled such that we can reach to the office within 6 hours. Okay, remember this last point, key the tests are generated such that answer will not exceed 10 power 7. Not exceed means till 10 power 7 that can be our answer. Answer is minimum speed. Okay. So if you see the example number 1 now, here with one speed if we travel we covered within 6 hours. This is the okay normal one. But if you see example number 2, for one distance with 3 speed, definitely you will take 0.33, but you cannot take like next train without waiting for the integral. Means 1 hour you have to complete, then only after 1 hour you can take. So 1 hour you took. Now for 3 distance, definitely with 3 speed you will take 1 more hour, so 2 hours total. And the last one, which is 2 divided by 3, it will be 0.66 hours, correct? But as you are not going to wait for another train, so that 0.66 is the final time taken to reach the office. So hence at the end of 2.66 you can say ki yes you arrived, which is basically less than 2.7. so hence 3 is your final answer. So basically you will see here now in third example you can take the base case also. How the base case will be, it depends on the lower and higher value you are going to select. So definitely minimum speed will be 1. But what is the maximum speed? If you see here, the question says it cannot go beyond 10 power 7. Means 10 power 7 can be my answer. Now let's try to run this with 10 power 7. If you want to travel one distance with 10 power 7, it will be 0 point something. But as the question says, you have to wait for the integral hour. So definitely you will take 1 hour to cover this 1 kilometer distance. Yes. Again, for 3 kilometer also you will take 1 hour. Because it will be 0.0000 something. Again 1 hour, total 2 hours. And now for the last one, it will be like 2 divided by 10 power. So in total, it will be 1 hour for 1 kilometer, 1 hour for 3 kilometer, and for the last 2 kilometer, it will be 0.0000 something. So in total, 2.0000 something. So basically in the base case, you can see ki whatever is the length of distance, 3 it is na. So the minimum time it will take with 10 power 7 speed also, like which is a maximum one. Still it will take this length of distance, which is 3 minus 1. 2 point something. Okay, point something means 0.00. And now because it is saying ki we have to take 2 places after decimal, so basically 2.01. Similarly, if length of distance is 4, so minimum time it will take is 3.01. And hence if the length of distance is 4, so again the minimum time, it should be 3.00 something. So hence it cannot be less than 3.0 something. So here in this case now length was 3, so it should not be less than 2.00 something, and it was 1.9, so hence it is not possible, and hence you returned -1. So you can either add this in base case also, but still without base case also, anyhow the time complexity will be same, so it does not matter. Let's see how and why I said this. Suppose you don't know about the binary search and here you want to apply the brute force. But for brute force also you need to understand ki with what minimum speed and till what maximum speed you should try with. As of now, whatever questions we did so far in this binary search and answer pattern, we took the higher side, like higher value, either the maximum of this array or else the summation of this array. Correct? Yes. But in this case, as the question says, ki the answer will not exceed 10 power 7, means the answer can be 10 power 7. So hence the higher value will not be maximum, will not be summation, but 10 power 7. And lower value will be definitely 1. It cannot be 0, it cannot be negative. So definitely 1, and higher will be what? 10 power 7. Yes. Now we the final answer which we have to return must lie between this. Yes. And with every speed we have to go and calculate the time taken. If the total time taken was less than r, I can say ki yes, that is my speed, valid speed. Yes. But is that my final answer? Because we have to return the minimum answer here. How can we take care of that? Suppose if we are running this for loop from speed into speed is equal to low, which is 1 basically, to speed less than equal to high. Correct? Yes. And high plus plus. Yes. Now we want to try with every speed starting with 1 only. Okay. So now I want to calculate the time. So definitely the time we have to save in a double variable, and we have to initialize with 0.0. Yes. And now we want to calculate the total time. So we want to run the for loop for int j is equal to 0, j less than what? Distance dot length. Yes. Distance dot length and j plus plus. Yes. Now what I want to do? I want to calculate the time. So basically how would I calculate the time? Whatever is my speed, if I will divide this distance value with the speed, means distance divided by speed, can I say I will get my time? Yes. So hence what I will do, in the double t variable I will save that t variable. How? Distance, which is basically distance of j. Yes, distance of j. Again we have to typecast this, so we have to write double of. Okay. Double of distance of j. Yes. And we have to divide with speed. Speed is nothing but speed. Yes. Now whatever this time will come now, that we have to add in this time variable, the t we have to add in time variable. But why I have not added this and we have calculated as a separate value? Because if you remember in the input value, this we have to take the ceil value, the integral value. But for the last one, we have to take the exact double value, because after this we have no trains, so we need not to wait for any further trains, and we need not to wait for the integral time. Yes. So basically after calculating this t now, I will check ki if this j is not my last index, means if j is not is equal to, I will see here, I will write here ki if this j is not is equal to my last index, which is distance dot length minus 1. If it is not, then I can say ki I am from 0 index to second last index, and for that I want the ceil value. So basically in my time variable I will add what? Math dot ceil of what? T. Yes. Yes. Else means it is the last value, and for the last value we don't want the ceil value to be added, we want the time to be added as it is. So hence time plus is equal to t. Now after coming outside the for loop, I can say ki I have completed, calculated my time. So I will check now ki if this calculated time, if this is less than is equal to hour which has been allotted to travel, if it is less than, I can simply say ki yes, we found the minimum speed, which is nothing but speed only. Correct? After coming outside the outer for loop also, if suppose this function has never returned me true, so I can say ki yes, after coming outside, if I am here at this line, I can say ki we have not found the valid speed, so we will simply return the -1 here. Yes. Now this part of code we could have written in the another function, and we could have called that function also. Okay, that we will do the binary search, like optimized one. But here I just showed you ki we will calculate, we have to run this for loop for the entire distance length, because we have to calculate the time. Once we calculated the time, we have to check if it is less than, means valid, we will return then and there. But why we have returned then and there? We were supposed to return the minimum speed now. Why? Because here we are starting from the minimum speed 1 only. 1 was not possible, with 2 it is not possible, with 3 it is not possible, suppose, and with 4 it is possible. So definitely if with 4 it is possible, 5, 6, so it is possible only na. So 4 is the only minimum speed which we have to return now. So hence in this case we need not to return the minimum, because the speed at first which will hit this true case, that will be our minimum answer. Now let's see the time complexity. Of course, this first loop is running for low to high, and high is nothing but 10 power 7 because the question itself says. So the time complexity for the upper loop will be 10 power 7, and for the inner loop is distance length, and distance length can go up to 10 power 5 mentioned in the question. So in total, if we will multiply, it will be 10 power 12. Definitely this will give you TLE. So hence we need to optimize this here. Now where can we optimize? This for loop will run for sure. Even if you will optimize it also, still it will run, because we have to go for the entire distance length and we have to calculate the time for every distance, and at last we have to check the time is less than or not. Yes. So in this for loop, we cannot do anything. This cannot be optimized. So what can be optimized? If you see here, this for loop which is running from 1 to the higher limit. Yes, because for every speed or every integral value from 1 to 10 power 7 we want to check now. So why to check it consecutively? When we have the binary search approach, from 1 to 10 power 7, take any mid value. With that mid value, check if it is possible or not. Means, suppose there is a number line. Okay, suppose there is a number line. Okay, and this is the lower limit and this is the higher limit. Now if with that mid you sent in that function, that's why I told you to write this part in a function. Okay, this part. So if you will write this in part, and if this part like function returns true, means if it was possible. So can I say that with this mid it is possible and I want a minimum speed? So definitely I should go towards left side or right side? Of course left side, right? So hence we will move this higher point at mid minus 1. But wait, mid can be our answer now, because you saw that with mid it was possible. So hence I am saying that if with the function which we have written, with the mid speed, if it was possible, if it returns true, so we can say that mid can be our answer. So we will save this in mid variable and then move our high pointer to mid minus 1. Yes. Else, if it is not possible, suppose with this mid value 6 hours was expected and it took 8 hours. Suppose we want what? We want to complete this 8 hours in 6 hours. Basically we want to reduce the time, correct? So basically if you see the relation between the distance and all now, so distance divided by speed is time. When we want to reduce the time and we know that we cannot touch this distance, so definitely we have to increase the speed now. So hence we will go for this right half checking, and when mid was not possible, with mid it was not possible, so definitely we'll move this low pointer towards mid plus 1. So in the else case we will move left is equal to, or low is equal to mid plus 1, correct? Yes. So hence this much line of code along with calculation of mid index here divide by low plus high minus low divided by 2, which you already know, and putting this whole code in a while loop, while low less than high, correct, less than equal to. Why? Because low and high, when both will be pointing to the equal to, like one single element or index or basically the speed. So still with that speed also we have to check ki with that speed it is taking like it is possible to complete with less than our time or not. If it is not possible, after coming out we have to return -1 because the question says it might not be possible. So now without wasting any further time, let's see the code here, which we have discussed already in the brute force approach. So first we will decide the low, which is 1, definitely it cannot be 0 negative, and high will be 10 power 7 because the question itself mentioned the answer can go till 10 power 7. That is the reason I did not choose maximum or summation. Remember that these points are very important when you will try writing the code on your own. Ki why 10 power 7, why not max or summation? Now answer variable we want to return, we will initialize with -1 because when it is not possible we will return this answer variable. Now we want to run this like for binary search, so we definitely will close this in a while loop saying while low less than equal to high. We will calculate the mid index and we will call the function with this mid speed if it is possible. Remember we saved that mid in the answer and we move towards the left side, and for that we have to move our high to mid -1. Else, if not possible, we will search in the right half by moving low at mid +1. At the end, we will return our answer. If it was possible, definitely answer would have updated itself and that answer will be a valid speed, which is minimum speed, or else it will return -1. Now let's see in the code what we did. Similar what we did in the brute force approach. We will run this for loop for the entire distance length and we will calculate the time by typecasting in double if the I, like the index, if the index value is not equal to the last index, means we have to take the ceil value of it. So in time we will add the ceil of t, otherwise we will simply add this t in the time, and at the end we will see ki we have to return true if the time taken is less than is equal to hour or else false. So now we can run this code also, and you can see it has been passed, and now we can submit this. And yes, submit it. So here was your Java code, and I hope you all guys understood. And now here is your Python code if you are from Python background, with the similar approach and logic whatever we have discussed so far. And here is your C++ code if you are from C++ background. So with this we can go in the sheet and we can mark the third question as to be submitted, and you also have to mark this and let me know in the comment section if you submitted this on your own, or if you understood this, let me know in the comment section by commenting solved, understood, or whatever you like. And if you guys are new to this channel, we are following the pattern wise DSA sheet and we are solving every problem in the whole playlist. If you have not checked it out, definitely I will recommend you all to check that out. And if you want a sheet link and my social media links, then all the links will be there in the description. So that's it guys. I hope you understood each and every concept discussed in this video. If yes, then please do like the video and subscribe if not yet subscribed, and I don't mind if you share that YouTube channel with your friends also. So that's it for this video. Let's meet in another video with some more interesting questions and topics. So then keep learning, take care of yourself and your family.